What is up, Fragpunk fam, and welcome to the channel. I'm CobraConcept, and today we're going to talk about how to save Fragpunk. Let's get to it. So let's start off on a positive note. There are things that Fragpunk does really well. First of all, the shard card system is very unique and such a defining feature. It really adds a layer of strategy and personality that you just don't get from other area shooters. The ability to mix and match playstyles based off of the card choice makes each of the rounds feel dynamic. The duel system for breaking up ties is perfect. I love that. It's intense, it's satisfying, and it feels like a legit showdown every single time that it happens. The gunplay feels sharp, responsive, rewarding. Combine that with how much each Lancer has a distinctive identity and playstyle, and gives a real replay value. You're not just learning maps or metas, you're learning the personalities of each Lancer. And the art style is bold, punk energy, both in art and the music. It makes this game stand out in the sea of same looking shooters. It's edgy, it's fun, and importantly, it is memorable. Lastly, I'd like to shout out the player grade system. It's a brilliant idea. I love that it rewards good sportsmanship. It punishes toxicity, and the fact that your progress is directly tied to how you treat others, that is just something that games need to have more often. So, what needs to be fixed? How can we save Fragpunk? Now, this is where the real talk begins, really. Because while there is such strong foundation, Fragpunk definitely has some turbulence, especially now. The biggest issue is, of course, the player drop-off. So after the launch, we had a delay into the console release, which, with that, the lack of early content and some bare bones experience out the gate kind of drove a lot of players away, and very fast. To their credit, the devs have made a ton of adjustments based off of community feedback, and we're pretty impressed by that. That really genuinely matters, especially when devs go out of their way to seek out their community's feedback. But the question is, how are we going to give those players back and for them to give the game another shot? I think it all starts with awareness. Fragpunk needs to make a serious marketing push, especially into sponsored creators who actually enjoy the game, not just a quick sponsorship to somebody making a quick paycheck and be done. They need to find people who will take their game to the next level, people seeking new games to fill the void that they are missing. I think that would offer a lot of opportunity. I think that not only that, but they should offer rewards to returning players. Show them that it's a game that has grown and changed for the better. I will say, as far as trying to make their game aware, I think they missed a massive opportunity to promote their game and the reveal of Season 2 during this summer gaming fest. It was a huge event. It may not be as big as some as like the Xbox Showcase or the Nintendo Direct or anything like that, but the Summer Games Fest was a huge success and quite literally a perfect opportunity to showcase that game. And there may have been something causing them to not push that game throughout the Summer Game Fest that I don't know about, but outside looking in, I think it was an awesome opportunity that they really missed out on. There are still, to this day, so many people that don't realize that this game exists. I still get people who comment on YouTube short videos or TikToks that I post out there who have never seen this game. This game has been out for what, 3 months now? And there are still people to this day discovering the game. It just needs a big push. And not only that, there's all kinds of people who did not even realize that the release happened. Some people that were waiting for this game and did not even know that it was already out. So What else needs to be fixed? Well, let's talk about some content quality. Frequency is great. I love when they push out content, but I am a big advocate of quality. Quality matters most. Weapon skins, usually pretty good. The Phantom bundle that's coming out with like the pirate theme on the 14th, awesome. Great looking bundle. I'm all for it. However, I think some of the Lancer skins are disconnected. I think when you think of Pathogen's Celestial Envoy skin, for example, it's a nice looking skin. It's beautiful. It's awesome, but it doesn't really match Pathogen. It doesn't carry out her like Harley Quinn vibe. You know what I'm saying? You expect her to be a little wild, chaotic, a little unhinged, and then you give her a skin that leans towards Mercy of Overwatch, and it doesn't really jive. It's a little off. Definitely makes things hard when you're trying to rock skins for the characters that you love. And to build upon that, we keep getting a lot of skins for people that we already have. We have so many Kismet and Pathogen and we have some Nitro skins. I want to see something with want to see something with Dex, and I want to see something with Circuit, and I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many legendary skins out there, and we need to start implementing them into others. Now, I know the devs mentioned that they're gonna start doing that more often, and I think that is awesome, and I agree with that, and I'm glad that they're listening to the feedback, because obviously what you all have said has made it to their ears. So, moving on, as far as more content, the stickers, I think the stickers are such a really cool idea, but they're forgettable. And here's why. They just don't have that powerful pact. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're stickers, and you can put them onto your banners, and you can put them onto your weapons, and you can fuse them, which I didn't even know you could fuse your stickers together until halfway through this first season. And it's something that is forgettable. If the stickers were something more sought after, or better quality stickers, or maybe a little more customizable, I think people would find a little more identity into that customization. And then finally, another thing that I think needs a fix is these whole tournaments, everything that we've got going on. Obviously, we've got the Global Invitational, and that Global Invitational was amazing, but it was barely promoted. It did not reach the masses like it should have. It was right in the middle of the Summer Games Fest. There was a few big name people like Tenzi who knew about the tournament and streamed the tournament, but that was about it. Most people had no idea that the Global Invitational was coming up, let alone that it was at that time. It should have been everywhere. It should have been all over the Discord. It should have been paid promotion on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, you name it. I think it needs to be put out there. We're just having so many opportunities that we're missing here, and I'm hoping that by the time season 2 releases, hopefully we find a stride and we start getting those things out to the masses, because I'm here to tell you, if you don't get the word out, people aren't going to know. So back to the tournaments. It was awesome. It wasn't promoted, but it was awesome. There's a community tournament that starts up this weekend in the Fragpunk Discord, and it was just kind of spur of the moment. People didn't have time to sign up. They only had 16 teams, and you know, when you think about it, there is community run events like Fragpunk Hub that has supported 32 teams plus, and it makes you wonder, why did we limit ourselves to 16? Why didn't we go bigger? Why didn't we expand this more? Why didn't we prolong the promoting of this for at least a month or so to build the hype, to get it out there to the masses. I just think that there are so many missed opportunities in such a competitive scene styled game. Obviously, we watched the Global Invitational. It is competitive. There are people that are flat good at this game, but we need more opportunity for those people to be seen and for opportunities for people at my skill level to play and play against people that maybe didn't even know about the game. So, what are some features that we want? Well, I've got a wish list, and I know that there are several wish lists out there, and I know I've kind of hit on a wish list before, but here are some of my absolute favorites. Here are what I'm thinking. Things that the community actually wants, but things that could actually help turn the game around. First of all, clubs. I know I've discussed this. Right now, they feel pointless. There's 10 people to a club. They have a few challenges like, hey, compete in 2 matches. Make sure you get this much damage, and you get club points that you can redeem. And those redeems feel meh. They're fine. They're great, but they're meh. They're not something that you really want to strive after. I think we need larger clubs. I think we need to grow from 10 to like 25 or 30, 35 maybe. And I think it's going to make them feel a little more alive. I think we need bigger, better club challenges, such as, maybe some type of club battle, like a monthly club versus club. Who can get the most challenges done? Who can get the most rewards, reaping of this? And maybe make it feel a little more competitive in the clubs. And so that way, when you join a club, you're not just joining a club because, hey, my friend's in there. He doesn't play but every 2 weeks, but hey, he's my friend. Maybe it's a club that you start up with people who actively get on and actively push opportunities and try to be the best club. Maybe there's a ranked club. I don't know. I'm spitballing now. Just more of an opportunity. Next, I've said this before, but creator support. Give creators a stake in the game. Let us have creator codes. Players can support streamers or creators directly. And I think on top of the creator code, I think that you add gifting. If you could add gifting of gun skins or of character skins or anything like that, help us buy it for our friends. I think it would help us continue to be more involved into the game and sink a little money, which helps the game in turn. And while we're at it, give us the tools to run giveaways, drops, codes, and let us grow the community for you. You've got all kinds of people in the Punk Creator Discord, but not a lot of opportunity. And I hate to say this, but not a lot of guidance nor know-how prior to the Global Invitational. We didn't know we had access to stream the Global Invitational without the cast until like the day before. And that's hard for people to get prepared. People were not able to get things rolling. And in a sense, it kind of hindered how some people were able to interact. The drops were awesome. Loved them. And I think that those made a huge difference in the viewership of the Global Invitational. And speaking of which, I think it'd be an awesome opportunity to have creator-led drops. And, think about it this way. You could have exclusive stickers, skins, or charms, or whatever you want. It could be a drop on Twitch. You don't even have to reinvent the wheel. Let the creators make it. We submit the idea, and you handle the polish, and you make it shine. And then you put it out there, and it's our idea that you didn't have to do a whole lot of, planning and doing. You just had to touch up, and that would build loyalty. It's going to give creators a legacy in the game. It's going to bring their communities around. They're going to want to be involved with the legacy and want to be involved with the growth of the game. And I think that it's going to be a really, really cool opportunity for you and for the creators. And I know I hit this earlier, and I'm going to read it again because it is on my notes again. But communicate earlier with your creators, whether that be your punk creators, whether that be your creators in the main Discord, whether it be somebody who just picked up the game and they're ready to start creating content on it today. I think if we were to know things earlier, we would get things done faster, better, and hopefully grow the game in the process. Because you got to think about it, we're your front line. The more we know ahead of time, the better we can plan, promote, and amplify this game. So, look, I love Fragpunk. I absolutely love Fragpunk. I think this is a really awesome game. And I would not be making this video if I did not think that this was an awesome game. But if we're going to be honest, Season 2 is make or break. And with all of these pieces on the board, I know the community is hungry because I'm hungry for this. But if this season does not capitalize on everything that we have learned, or, we risk losing momentum, it might be for good. If we don't capitalize on what we've got going right here, right now, this could be our final chance. I hope that it doesn't have to be this way. And if we fix the foundation and boost the visibility and really double down on community integration, I think Fragpunk could absolutely explode in popularity. I do want to hear from everybody in the chat below. Let me know your comments. I want you to tell me what you think needs to be added, what you think is working, or what needs to be fixed. And then let's talk about it. Let's build about it. Let's make Fragpunk a game that is here to last, and the next game that is going to blow off the charts on Twitch, YouTube, you name it. So, thank you for watching. I know this is kind of hectic, a little bit of why Fragpunk is good, what needs to be fixed, everything. But I hope that you enjoyed this breakdown. If you did, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next video. I do live stream as well as promote a lot of YouTube content that I think is pretty subpar, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So thank you all, and I will see you next time.